Thanks.
The following is a Shaw TV special presentation.
You are looking at a live shot of historic Chinatown, the corner of Pender and Carroll. We want to welcome you to the 44th annual Chinatown Spring Festival Parade. I'm Bianca Salterbeck. Joining me is Kevin Lee. Kevin, gung hei fa choi.
Gong hei fa choi. Gong xi fa chai. That's Chinese Happy New Year in two languages, in two dialects.
Kevin's the expert here today. He produced a documentary on Chinatown. You, of course, are the creator of Ultra Rich Asian Girls and quite an experienced lion dancer.
Yeah, it's been about 25 years I've been participating. This is actually the first time on sort of like in front of the camera, not performing. So I'm excited to see it from this angle.
Yeah, Kevin's going to take us through our pre-show. You can see it's a bit of a buzz already going on. We've got 28 minutes. You can see it on our countdown clock until the parade begins. But Kevin, there is a bit of a buzz in the air today.
JT is in town. We're not talking about Justin Timberlake. It's our Prime Minister himself, Justin Trudeau.
That's right, and we hear he's flown in to be here at the parade, and we've got our Samantha Sito standing by to give us a bit of an update on what's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of secrets.
Thanks so much, Kevin and Bianca. Happy Chinese New Year. Gong hei fa choi to all of you who are watching. You're right. I'm now standing on the streets where all the excitement is about to happen. And we have heard rumors that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will be flying in and joining us today at the Chinese New Year parade. So very exciting. Be sure to come on down. We have 80 over groups and 100,000 people in attendance and more, actually, because everyone wants to shake hands with the Prime Minister. Am I right? But come on down. It's going to be a lot of fun. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Samantha. Kevin, shake hands with the Premier or with the Prime Minister, or take a selfie?
Selfie by far. Like, I even brought my selfie stick because you haven't met the Prime Minister unless you have a photo with him to prove it on Instagram.
I'm glad you brought the selfie stick because we are a little ways away from the parade route, so you might need that. Samantha Sito, however, though, she's going to be street level the entire parade and the pre-show, so she'll have those interviews hopefully with the Prime Minister, with other dignitaries, and of course people participating in the parade itself. Now, Kevin, quickly, before we head into our first story, what is your favorite Chinese New Year tradition?
My favorite Chinese New Year's tradition is receiving the red envelope known as Lai Si. And it's often given by elder members of the family to the non-married members of the younger part of the family, and we collect this, and, you know, it can be quite lucrative.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Especially if it takes you a while to get married.
Exactly.
Many
so
years.
like, I'm delaying that process. It's an investment for me.
I like it. Smart. Okay, well, we have a great piece coming up now by Tiffany Gurdon on some more Chinese New Year traditions.
We've brought all the traditions and the values that Chinese New Year is rooted in, and we've transformed this space so that people can really engage in it and feel what it's like to live those values.
It's called Coming Home, Traditions of Chinese New Year, and it's the unique exhibit at the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden. Each year the garden hosts a display for the Chinese New Year, but this year the space has been set up as a traditional home.
We've got actually the family feast table. And the family feast, the dinner of reunion, as it's often translated, is actually perhaps the most important meal of the entire year, never mind the celebrations themselves.
Chinese food is something that everyone knows, especially here in Vancouver, but I don't think I really realised its significance for New Year.
Besides focusing on food, the Coming Home exhibit features other meaningful traditions typical to a home during the Spring Festival.
Practice calligraphy, have a go at that. You can write down wishes or prayers for the new year, write those down and hang them on a piece of bamboo.
And each one has a lot of meaning, so that it could attract a lot of different people with different interests.
This exhibit will be seen by over 900 school children during its display at the Gardens. It's one of many events celebrating the Chinese Spring Festival.
Everybody does Chinese New Year, and of course it should be. In Vancouver, it's a major part of the history of the city, but also the population that we have here. So you can do Chinese New Year everywhere. You can do it at the shopping malls, you can do it at Nordstrom, you can do it anywhere. And it's great, it's fabulous, and everybody does it so wonderfully. But there's nothing quite like, I think, bringing it home to some of the traditions. So what we hope to do is actually tell the stories about why. So a lot of people know, yes, red is a lucky color, but do you know why? And so what we want to do is tell some of those stories in a way where people really engage in the space.
This exhibit actually provides more meaning than that. Aspects of the installations are actually found locally.
What we were able to do with this exhibition is really work with hyper-local communities. So we worked with the local community of artists, we worked with young aspiring curators, we were able to support local businesses here in Chinatown. So if there's anything that you see in the garden, Chinatown is still the place that you can go to get a lot of these traditional decorations, these supplies. So, you know, Bamboo Village, Mingwo, we went to Decor of China, very hyper-local. I think it's important to learn these things because sometimes we are so autopilot, we recognize things but we lose the depth of it. I think it's really important to understand that it's not just a superficial, you know, if I slap up a sign here or a couplet here, it's nice, it's a gesture, but there's actually something quite a bit more important behind it.
Coming Home, Traditions of Chinese New Year at the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden until February 24th. In Vancouver, I'm Tiffany Gurdon for Shaw TV.
Great piece by Tiffany Gurdon, and as you can tell, people are starting to gather. You can see by our countdown clock, we've got about 23 minutes until the 44th annual Chinatown Spring Festival Parade gets started.
Bianca, if you see in the middle there, they're doing the eye-dotting ceremony, and that is a tradition, a ritual for the lion. It wakes up the lion. It gives it spirit and soul to dance throughout the whole day. So what dignitaries do, they have like a little bit of a ginger and they mix like a bit of a red concoction on it. Oh, the lion is now sleeping, and it takes naps. It takes naps.
That's what it needs to. I mean, it's a big day.
Downtime, you know, before all the firecrackers wake it up. And so the dignitaries would then take the red ink with the brush and then dot the eyes and dot the forehead and then dot from the head all the way to the tail, and that will then give it life.
Wow, I'm glad I have you here for the sort of the backgrounders to all of this.
I'm glad to tell you all about this, yeah.
Well, we wanted to talk about the parade route itself because there is still time to come down. You know, the parade moves all the way down Pender Street until Gore, and then it kind of moves in a horseshoe shape down Kiefer Street. So you have a bunch of spots there that you can hit up to watch the entire parade.
And any of these spots are fantastic because the whole group has to go through all these different spots. I would say if you have young ones, be careful of firecrackers. They just throw right in the middle of the street. So, you know, have a little bit of a face protection or perhaps mom's hand out to protect, you know,
yes.
the firecrackers. But
did your mom do that when you came down as a kid?
Oh, no. I was taught to fend for myself. So the firecrackers, she pushed me right in front and I'm like, yeah, you know. Survival.
Good life lesson.
East Vancouver style.
Right there. Well, Kevin, we are waiting in anticipation for the parade to start, possibly seeing our Prime Minister, but we do have to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Shaw TV is coming to where you live to hear your stories, meet your neighbors, and celebrate the people in your community. Where will we be next? Tune in to Shaw TV to find out.
My name is Benjamin. I am an above-knee amputee. The warm-up supports me. These are my legs from since I was born. This one is my first leg. It's the smallest one. It's really cute. The Kiteg money that people donate went towards the swim leg, and then now I can use it for swimming and cross-country skiing and skating. It makes me feel good about myself to be able to do things that everybody else can do.
Gotta get to the lifeboat, Brett. My wife's name is Felicia. And my daughter's Cindy. And I will see them again. Do you understand me?
And as you can see, preparations are underway for the beginning of the 44th annual Chinatown Spring Festival Parade. We are just waiting 20 minutes left to go until the parade officially starts. We might even see our Prime Minister. We've been told that he has flown into Vancouver to be part of the parade. But right now, very exciting, Stephanie Ewan's joining us. She's a food writer, and you've brought some tasty treats for Chinese New Year.
Yes, everything that we're going to eat means something auspicious. Wishful thinking, blessing. First of all, let's start with drinking some sweet soup.
Sweet soup?
That's
Sweet
what
soup.
I had this morning. It's made with 4 yummy stuff. Papaya. We have the dry longan, which I have soaked and then boiled into the soup. And then barley.
Kevin's trying
And we also have ginkgo nuts.
Ooh.
All these mean something. You know, anything to do with seed means fertility, growth. You want to give
And
it a try?
sweet means harmony, right? According
Exactly.
to my research.
Sweet always
Smells
means harmony.
amazing.
And this is what I grew up with, and this is the ancient Chinese secret of staying young.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
I
you
need
go.
to know about that.
Yes. Yeah, that is why you're looking so good.
I'm actually 52.
That's delicious.
Okay, now from the soup, we're going to jump right onto something that supposedly all the mothers or the grandmothers or the aunties are supposed to make. Anything deep fried means it's going to be smooth. It's almost like a lubricant that helps you go through any of the mishaps in the new year.
Okay.
So that is what, isn't that?
I like that. They've thought of everything.
Yeah,
it's like
and
a
this
football.
is sweet. It is. It's a dumpling.
It's a
see?
dumpling,
And
yeah.
it also looks like an ancient ingot. That's why we have it.
Money.
Again, money, right?
Money.
Yes.
Fortune, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Those look
again,
tasty.
if you visit your friends, or Chinese friends, I should say, or your friends that celebrate Lunar New Year, this is a platter that everyone has, either on the dining table or on the coffee table.
I recognize
Because
this,
yes,
I see sweets
right?
and nuts, as you pointed out.
Right, again, you know, like seeds, peanuts, they all mean something good, something like, you know, energetic, something that brings in good lucks and charms. And again, a lot of seeds, we usually have 3 or 4 kinds, you know, from watermelon, from pumpkin, right?
Yeah, melons.
Yeah, and we learned how to actually open.
Justin Trudeau right there. Sorry to cut you off right
Stephanie,
there.
yeah.
No problem.
Look at
This
that.
just
There's the
in.
Prime
Justin
Minister.
Trudeau.
He looks really into the parade, eh?
He's got a
What do you think
star.
about what he's wearing, Stephanie?
Beautiful. That's classic Chinese New Year wear. Anything red means good luck, means a lot of blessings, means energy, vibration, so it's all good.
And I believe they're getting ready for the eye dotting ceremony.
Oh, wow. That's what he is doing, right?
Yeah. So the eye dotting ceremony brings life to the lion. I think they can go through a little photo op before we get there. So,
Of course,
and
yes,
I think
yes.
we'll go back to in a little bit. But to finish off, what do we have here? What is this one?
Do you know what that is? This is actually a smiley face.
Okay.
We call this Hoi Sam Zhou, right? You know,
Yes.
Hoi Sam Guo. And
Hoi
if you
Sam
look
Guo.
at it here.
You want to give
Oh,
it
it
a try?
is a smiley face. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet you Forrest Gump probably had some of that before he goes. The
I
smiley
think Justin
face.
Trudeau also had some. Look at him. He's got a biggest smiling
He
face there.
does.
Welcome to Vancouver.
Obviously,
This is
yes.
actually, I want to say this is the largest Chinatown all of Canada.
There's the selfies we were anticipating. Well, that's just a photo, but everyone's got their cameras out.
Right.
Excited that the Prime Minister's come for the parade. And what's he doing now, Kevin?
I think he's getting ready for the eye dotting ceremony. As you notice that the lion is actually sleeping right now. A little bit comatose. but Justin Trudeau is going to change all of that.
Yeah, once you dot the eyes and it comes alive.
So what he's reading right now is a poem to get this the ceremony started. And as soon as he finishes, then Justin will then go through the motions of dotting the forehead, the eyes, the entire body, including the ears of the lion.
Now, do you think he got a bit of a little training session beforehand, or do you think he's just going to wing it?
I think he might have gotten a bit of inside information, but
Good.
it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, all you have to do is just use
Oh,
that
here we
the
go.
Chinese brush and put it
So
on the
he's gonna
eyes.
he's got a little dab there, and
Yeah.
he's gonna begin.
Right.
It's yep. Okay, that's the bit of the forehead there. That's the mirror. Gives it the third eye. I guess you can say.
Okay. Oh, I've never
Yep.
noticed that before. That's a little mirror. Okay.
Right.
And then it's got to do the eyes,
Yeah.
and then the ears. Well, both eyes, of course.
Yes.
Any depth perception.
And then the dragon is going to wake up.
and the nose and the mouth. It's to wake up the whole senses, all 5 senses of the lion.
That's actually the moment that we all love as a kid.
Yeah, I think that exactly. Even for me, I'm really excited to see what this.
Yeah, see? Now he's waking up. And pretty soon he's going to dance and roll and, do all these, right.
Yeah, from the horn and all the way to the back of the lion.
Well, that's going on. Stephanie, you look like you've brought some food also for some strength that maybe a lion might need. What do we have?
Well, this dish is, it actually means a house full of money. Anything green, vegetable, money, color of money, right? So we have to have choy. Choy actually literally means money.
Okay, now...
Oh, here we go.
The lion's waking up.
Oh, I love it.
It's got soul.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Justin's awakening him from his deep slumber.
Yes.
And Chinese New Year is officially started here in Chinatown. Wonderful. Everybody's getting regulated.
That's right. Crowd control is happening.
Crowd control.
Lion needs room.
Cue the firecrackers. So there's a process of waking up. So when you wake up in the morning, you're a little bit slow, and this is sort of what he's going through the motions right now.
And that's a 2-part team there that are working together.
Yeah, there's a head and the tail. Often the person in the head is a little bit lighter and taller, which was me back then. I'm a little heavier now, and the person in the back is really sturdy, and they have both equal parts in the whole ceremony and the traditions. And that's Mr. Monk. He's the lion's friend, keeps him out of trouble, sometimes gets him into trouble as well.
He's we call them also the smiley face too, because look at the mask, right? It's always smiling.
His Chinese name is Dai Cao Fat, big-headed monk.
Oh no!
And for some reason his fan is always broken. I don't know why.
Oh,
he's always got a broken fan.
Because he uses this all the time.
And now what's the we just saw that someone was holding up something that looked like a little green.
It's lettuce.
Lettuce.
Lions work for lettuce.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you invite him with lettuce, and then with the lettuce, you see there's a red envelope.
Yes.
So that's lucky.
Right.
That's also a ritual. When the lion wake up, you have to feed him, and of course you feed him with vegetable, which means money. So when the dragon eats it, he will just spit some of them out. That means
and spread the wealth. So it's lucky to be hit by one of these flying shrapnel lettuces. So
that's how he's doing it, right?
Amazing. Everyone's working together here.
Yes,
feed
yes.
The lion.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna go back in there and finish it up.
He probably said, "I want some dressing."
That's right.
Give me some salad dressing.
Little Caesar ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vancouver's Chinatown is actually North America's 3rd largest Chinatown, behind New York and San Francisco.
Right.
And the first Chinatown in Canada is, do you know where that is?
I don't, Kevin.
It's Victoria.
No way.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
I'm an island girl myself. I should have known that. But yeah, Victoria's got a great Chinatown.
Oh, yeah.
But now Vancouver is the largest. It's huge.
See, look at the shredding of the sangchong,
I wish
right?
lettuce gave me that much energy, not just coffee.
So I just want to introduce this particular group is Yusan Society. Yusan is a district in China, and Yusan Society here in Chinatown is like a support services, social services for people that came from that particular part of the country.
And it's also one of the oldest benevolent association as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, back in the early 1900s and 1800s, there weren't a lot of services for a lot of the bachelor worker men that came from China. And so the Chinese set up these fraternal and clan societies to help their own, to find jobs, to find housing. And today, they participate in a lot of the Chinatown festivities such as this. They play mahjong, they sit around, chat, and have some tea with old friends.
Yes.
It's a nice little club. And this is Yusan Society.
Do they always do this, or is there different
now
societies?
He's actually bowing to the minister, our prime minister. Like thank you for coming, the type of thing, right?
We can look forward to
see, everyone is so happy to see the dragon.
That's right.
Yeah, and see all the money being spread out.
Those red envelopes.
Right.
Yeah, you know that actually the most festive part of Chinese New Year's is actually Chinese New Year's Eve. It's a time when families get together, almost like a Thanksgiving. and people have huge meals, they drink a lot, and they go to the temple at midnight to ring in the new year.
Right,
and of course, this year is the year of the rooster.
I don't know if it's the same in your household. It's the only evening or only night that you could stay up late. You don't have to go to bed early, right?
Well, in my household, it's a little bit different. But yes, I know what you mean. And there were huge celebrations in Aberdeen Centre last night, 2 nights ago.
Yes,
for the countdown. So.
Yeah.
Well, while we're looking at that crowd shot, let's finish. Stephanie, we were
Please,
talking about
yes.
vegetables, very
Yes.
important. We mentioned lettuce. You've got vegetables here. What else is on this plate?
Mushroom, shiitake.
Okay.
Nowadays you can get them fresh, but you can also buy them in the packaged dried ones. For any dry good, all you have to do is rehydrate them by soaking them in water. And then, of course, we have the hand.
Bianca, you have to try this.
What is this, guys?
it's
the duck wrap. Oh,
It's
yeah.
goose.
See, it's this. That means it helps you grab the money.
Okay.
It helps you rake in the money.
So you gotta hold it up for
I
everybody to
appreciate
see.
the significance.
Okay, well,
I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I can hold it up with my left hand.
Okay, here.
But,
See, that is the.
can we get a close up of this, or can we take a look at this on camera
go.
here?
Oh,
No, Justin Trudeau is too important.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Money hand.
Yes, the
It's a
money
goose
hand. Yes, helping you rake in the money in the new
Okay.
year.
So, and you two have both had this?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. What does it taste like?
That's oyster.
Well, you know what?
Some
Since you
oyster sauce in
asked,
it. Yeah.
you might as well just take a little nibble.
Should I take a
You
nibble?
can please help yourself. Yeah.
know.
Well, there is actually a way to eat feet. You
Oh, there's a
start
way to
with
eat feet?
you actually start with the. Oh, you can do that too, but it's a lot easier if you start with the toes. It sounds a little bit awful, isn't it?
It's a little bit savory, right?
Yeah. Come on! I cooked them, so it has to be
It's
good.
got some nice flavor to it. I
And
will say that.
collagen. It's good for the skin. It's
Oh, well,
collagen.
that case,
collagen.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sold.
Oh, that's an
See?
interesting flavor.
It
You
is,
did a nice job with that.
Yeah, with
Stephanie.
some oyster, you stuff, a little bit of the 5 spice. Yeah, so it
I don't know
is
if I
a
can
dish
finish
that
it.
we have to have for the Chinese New Year Eve dinner. The big get together. Right, there's certain items that you have to have, and this is one of them.
Wonderful. Now, Stephanie,
Yes.
I have to ask, is there a food that you avoid at Chinese New Year?
Well,
Anything that doesn't sound lucky.
Okay.
Well, actually, we haven't. We managed to put them into the lucky category.
Okay. So
Somehow,
most things
right?
are available to you.
But
Okay.
but I remind you one thing, because I have been asked about what not to give. Do not give out any knives or scissors, because they are weapons, and they tend to kind of like break up your relationship. So that's what we believe. And also no mirrors, no clocks. Those are
clocks,
the
'cause
three.
sounds like death.
Yeah.
The word death in Chinese.
It actually, zhong is the end.
Funeral.
The end. The end. It means the end. And you don't want anything to end, right?
Right. No.
Good things keep coming and coming.
I'm really fascinated by too. You don't clean, right? Or you don't
On
wash
Monday,
your hair.
on the first day, because
Okay.
they are. Remember, we don't have vacuum cleaner back then.
Right. That's
And
fair.
we sweep things, with a sweeper. And they were saying that
We have
if
a
you sweep
Swiffer
the
now.
wrong direction, then you are sweeping all the luck out
Of your
to
house.
the street.
Since
so
I'm
you don't want
Canadian
that.
born, like I have to wash my hair and stuff, so like I'm
Yeah.
pretending I'm washing away my bad luck. And look at Justin Trudeau, looks like he's having a good time in the crowds here, joining us in Vancouver.
I think it's fair to say that there's a big crowd now that has formed around him.
The largest crowd in Canada, I believe, at this particular moment.
Yeah, so you can see people are hanging out of their windows to get a look. Wish we could hear what he's saying, but it looks like he's sort of chatting with everyone. Wow, look at how big that crowd is.
It is
I'm
getting
interested to see how he's going to break through that when the parade gets going. You can see on our countdown clock only 6 minutes left until the start of the parade.
He actually looks very handsome in that Chinese outfit, doesn't he?
I think the Chinese outfit makes any person handsome, including myself.
You are.
You
a
haven't
handsome
commented
guy.
yet.
I'm sorry. I did when I first
Yeah,
come
you
say
did.
hello.
Okay, but not on
Yes.
camera. I want everybody to know.
Yeah, he is as handsome as could be.
As could be. We've known each other for years.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, what's Vancouver without rain? A lot of umbrellas here. And you know what? The rain doesn't even stop the lions. And the lions are actually made out of paper mache.
Yeah, but we love rain.
Yeah.
See,
well, I don't know if we're
China
loving it.
used
But
to be a farming society, so obviously you do need the rain. You do need the nourishment, right? So rain is good, and we also managed to call rain, water. Water is also means good things coming.
It's so interesting, all the different meanings. We have to say a big thank you to Stephanie for coming
thank you for
by,
having
talking
me
about all
again.
these wonderful
Yes.
foods and the meaning behind them. We have a great story coming up next, though, while we wait for the parade to get going by Tim Chung on John Way. Take a look.
Yeah, this must be in China.
This is in China.
Yeah, when he was visiting.
As Hein Wei and Wan Chi look over these old photographs, the fond memories of this community leader, mentor, and eldest brother come flooding back.
Joe was the eldest son. So along with that comes the naming and also the support and expectations. And he fulfilled that for us.
He's a gentleman. Always kind to people, and at the same time has a principle.
They're qualities that helped Zhou Wei become a pillar of the Chinese community. The renowned architect passed away earlier this month, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape Vancouver's Chinatown. Born in Hong Kong and raised in Vancouver, Wei received a degree in architecture from UBC. But the first project he would be known for had nothing to do with design. In 1968, Wei and others opposed a plan to demolish homes to make way for a freeway through Chinatown. They fought hard and won.
Strathcona neighborhood had been designated to be bulldozed completely. So the citizens there were very, very upset. So he joined with others in fighting back the freeway and the urban renewal. And again, the work that he continued was the restoration and the promotion of communities after that.
In 1983, Wei designed the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden and the Chinese Cultural Center Archives, the beating heart of Chinatown.
This is the first Chinese garden ever built outside of China, ever. I know they worked hard. I know he loved doing that, and just the engagement of so many people in the planning and design of the garden.
He also oversaw restoration of the 110-year-old Chinese Freemason building at 116 East Pender, the award-winning Swatch Eyes Lodge, and Chinatown's best-known landmark, the Millennium Gate. Through it all, Wei worked hard not just as a designer, but a community activist and heritage advocate as well.
His architecture work is well known. I think the other part is how he encouraged people, supported people in all their endeavors.
I wish there's much more Joe like.
The world needs more Joe.
I think so, yeah.
2.5 minutes left at the start of the 44th annual Chinatown Lunar New Year Parade. And just in time, we hear the firecrackers going on. Justin Trudeau is in town joining us as we celebrate the Year of the Rooster.
Very exciting, Kevin. You can hear the fireworks. You can see them. How important is this to Chinese New Year?
Chinese New Year's is huge these days. And it's the equivalent of combining Thanksgiving, New Year's, and Christmas together in one. The families come from all over the country to meet up and have a family dinner.
That really puts things in perspective. Those are a lot of big holidays. You can see our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is standing in a crowd. He's dressed for the occasion, and I think he's just waiting for that go-ahead in less than 2 minutes when the parade officially starts. Oh, you can sort of see some movement happening now.
Yeah, and what's Vancouver without rain? And everybody's got their umbrella out, but still, that doesn't deter people. And we've got a really healthy crowd here behind us in East Pender and Carroll.
And you were saying it usually attracts about 100,000 people.
Yeah, it's on a good day. Today it's a little bit damp, but it never stops the lion dancers. Even though the lion heads are made out of paper mache, they would just put a plastic sheet over the head. Yeah. I
remember doing some interviews last year with lion dancers, and they had mentioned too that they have one for the rain and one for the sort of the indoor commitments.
You're absolutely true. With my club, I'm part of Hansing Athletic Association, and we did have one that was readily available to take it for the team, take the rain for the team, and have that paper mache messed up. So, and the better ones we would save for nice sunny days.
Well, we can see next to us right now, I think Christy Clark, I can see from the corner of my eye. The dignitaries are moving through to really kickstart this parade. There's Justin. He looks very excited. We also wanted to mention, of course, that you can still grab a spot at the parade. It runs all the way down Pender to Gore and then kind of circles around Kiefer. And then you can catch our PM.
Yeah, look, he's doing a great job walking in the rain. He's like a true West Coast
He doesn't
person.
need an umbrella.
Yeah, of course, he's
fine. He spent some time in Whistler, so I think he kind of knows the area and our wonderful climate here.
And yeah, I think, 10 seconds into the parade it's beginning, and I think it's actually started a little ahead of time.
That's right. I think when you have the Prime Minister, you don't want to make him wait too long, so I think they've got the parade going.
I just want to say a little bit about the Chinatown parade. You see a lot of people marching in these parades. They have banners, they have lions, and it's from these different clubs that make up Chinatown. You see all of these old buildings, and these are old fraternal and clan associations that many of the old Chinese belong to. And so they're now down from these clubs and participating in the parade in sort of like a show of unity and celebration of the Year of the Rooster and Chinese New Year's.
That's right. It sounds like they sort of all come together for this. And there are so many historical buildings here in Chinatown. I believe there are about 70.
Well, I think it's way more than that. Although today, because the Chinese are not limited as they were back in the early 1900s and late 1800s. So a lot of these buildings and societies are, a little bit run down, and there's different groups in Chinatown that's trying to revitalize it as we speak.
Yeah, you do hear a lot about that, and what do you think about the process yourself? Is it happening to the
You know what's happening? I remember coming to Chinatown in the 80s, and my parents would take me to these dim sum restaurants, and it was so packed you have to wait an hour outside on the street, and there was about like a handful of them, and doing some grocery shoppings afterwards was difficult because of the amount of people that's on the street shopping. So we would actually have to walk on the street to circle around, but Chinatown these days is a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. It's different, and here we're looking at the Chinese-Canadian Military Museum vehicle that's rolling through here at the beginning of the parade. And the rain is really coming down. Unfortunately, it's been a dry morning up until about the last 10 minutes.
You know that the Chinese actually volunteered in the war even before they were considered Canadian citizens, and it was the way for the Chinese to show people of their dedication to the country that they're now living in. And so we're very happy to see some Chinese veterans being part of the parade as well too.
I can't think of a better way to really show the new country you've immigrated to that you feel Canadian, that you want to go out and represent them.
Absolutely,
in conflict.
absolutely, and to risk your life.
That's right.
Right. So.
What do we got here? We've got a couple shots there of that military vehicle.
Is that a Jeep? An old school Jeep?
Looks like it. Got a large Canadian flag coming up. Oh, is that a rooster on the side of the car? That's very cute.
The year of the fire chicken, or the fire rooster. 150 years for Canada this year.
Of course, that's right. We've got to acknowledge that. That's a big year for Canadians.
And since we're in Chinatown right now, I've got to also put in that the year after the railway was finished, Canada became a nation, and of course, who helped with the railway is the old Chinese Canadians.
That's right.
So
they are a big part of our history.
A lot to celebrate.
Well, and what I love about the Chinese culture is the respect they have for their elders, and that's something you don't get in every culture.
It's the Confucius way of life, is to respect your elders. The elders then respect the government and the whole hierarchy of things. And I grew up in Canada, so I only half know about that.
Well, you have a good perspective of both.
Yeah. These ladies
marching in the rain. They've got their waterproof jackets, and you can hear music starting up.
This is dedication. When you can come out in such rain like this.
That is an epic shot right there.
At the Vancouver Police Department Pipe Band. The Vancouver Police Pipe Band has spent the last 100 years entertaining people around the globe, while at the same time acting as ambassadors for the country, province, and the and the two cities. As the world's oldest continuous serving police pipe band and official band of the city of Vancouver, with a regional population of excess of 2.5 million people, they are continually called upon to play for charity and community events, visiting royalty, heads of state, and celebrities.
Well, they are celebrities and important people to us right now, because that cannot be easy in those uniforms in this rain.
And that
which
headdress.
Keeps increasing. I know. I don't know how heavy those are, but
in the rain, it's probably going
incredible.
to weigh a ton.
So they're coming by us right now. So let's take a listen.
My Scottish friends would always tell me, if it doesn't make you want to cry, it ain't the pipes.
I've never heard that. But that's wonderful to see them, really celebrating the multicultural country that Canada is, all in one parade.
And our fantastic Vancouver Police Department.
Yes. Now, what have we got here? And it looks like our Samantha Sito has an interview. Samantha, over to you.
Thanks so much, Bianca and Kevin. It is pouring right now, but that doesn't mean the energy is stopping at all. It's actually, we have a huge crowd outside, and this is Alan and Callista. So do you guys manage to see the Prime Minister at all?
Yeah, we're about 5 minutes away from him. I'm so excited.
Do you see him do the eye dotting ceremony?
I'm sorry?
The ceremony?
Yeah.
So why do you come to the parade every year?
This is the first time, but I'm really excited. I would like to see all this, I don't know, just feel this is real Chinese New Year. And I think I should see it.
Yeah, for sure. It's a fun tradition to come out and just celebrate with everybody else, right? Yeah. So do you have any other traditions that you do during Chinese New Year? How about you, Alan?
Generally, we just get together and enjoy the festival atmosphere. And that's so amazing that we met Trudeau today. Happy Chinese New Year!
Happy Chinese New Year!
Happy Chinese New Year! Thanks so much, guys. Back to you.
And Gong Hei Fa Choi, everybody, here at the corner of Pender and Carroll Street in Vancouver, largest Chinatown in all of Canada.
And we just had the Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services pass through, trying to stay dry. I think their uniforms are maybe ready for this. You can see some people there in yellow raincoats walking through. We've got some police vehicles.
Handing out different gifts, taking this opportunity to talk with the crowds, the community patrol here. You know that actually, when people talk about lion dancing, and people often confuse lions with dragons. So dragon dancing is like a 10-man operation where they're holding these sticks, and you'll probably see that coming up later on. Hope they don't put them away because of the rain. But the lions are the ones that you see most often during store openings, weddings, and any sort of celebrations. And they're operated with it's like a puppet, and it's a person in front and a person in back. And inside these lion heads, there's a pulley system. There's a line right here. I mean, these are pretty contemporary colors. They try to change it up for the years. And there's a pulley system that controls the eyes. That also controls the ears. So when you pull on it, you puppet the whole thing.
And is that the front person that's in charge of that?
That's the front of the person. Yep.
Okay. Oh, there
and
we
then
go.
so the left hand controls the mouth. It's flapping around.
Oh, I see now with the close-up.
Yeah, and he's following to the beat of the drum, and the drum acts as the heartbeat to the lion. So the faster the beat, the louder it is, the more excited the lion gets. And you see the tail. The tail there is going nuts. He's actually a very, very happy lion there.
So you mentioned you've been doing it since you were a kid. Is that kind of when a lot of people get started?
Yeah, in high school, I think when you're in primary school as well too, a lot of my other classmates were brought up there by their parents to learn more about the Chinese traditions and cultures, because many of us ourselves are born in Canada, and this is a way to sort of remain our heritage and get to know it a little bit more. And so what we learned, like what my association is, the Han Sing Athletic Association, it's the second oldest line dance and martial arts club in Canada. And it was founded in 1939, and that's where I learned, line dancing, and a little bit of martial arts, and a little bit about, being Chinese. And here's the...
It's important. Please. She's trying to take cover from the rain. It's not quite working, but we love all the smiles on faces that we're seeing. Everyone seems genuinely excited to be here, and I think we're all hoping that this rain subsides.
Yeah, there's a lion head again, and traditionally they're made out of like paper mache, but over the years they wanted to keep up with the time. So you notice that this purple one was actually made out of sequins.
I did notice the purple sequence.
Yeah, it's
I liked
purple and silver. You know, some traditionalists say that, oh, it's too much, but you know, other people love it, and of course the crowd loves it a lot.
I noticed too there wasn't any gold though on it.
Well, there's different colors, and actually lions are designed, traditionally, lions are designed after the different characters in the Three Kingdoms. Characters in the Three Kingdoms. Oh, so there's the drum.
The heartbeat of the
lion, and it's made out of pigskin, stretched over a lot of wood and held in by a lot of rivets. But today
you can really see the rain coming off the drum there.
Yeah, that's a stomp style.
Kevin, you're a cameraman. Are you happy to be over here?
I've been in broadcasting for 18 years, and about 14 of those years, I've been a cameraman, news cameraman, and yeah, I really like being in this side of the camera underneath the tent.
That's right. You could be out there braving the elements.
Yeah. So you know, I remember growing up in Chinatown as a child, and going to a lot of the different restaurants and eating all sorts of little buns and stuff like that. And that's one of the things I look forward to when I do come to Chinatown. Not as busy as it was back when I was a kid in the 80s, but still, you still see remnants of that today. And I'm actually very happy to see that there's a lot of different restaurants and bars that are opening up in Chinatown that are very contemporary.
Yeah, we had talked earlier, and you mentioned Bao Bei is a great one. That's
Bao Bei.
More sort of modern take on it.
Yeah, Bao Bei is a... Some people say it's fusion. I would say it's a contemporary Chinese. One of my favorite things that they serve there is the beef tartare, and it's absolutely fantastic. They have cocktails there as well, and an old school street fighter machine. I'm not sure if you know what that is.
I do not know. No.
It's a classic. And if you're looking for that kind of stuff, come down to Chinatown Bao Bei restaurant and check it out. Look at that. It's a dragon.
Oh, that's a little dragon costume.
It's a little dragon.
And there's rain, but people still have their phones out. They want to capture the memories of the 2017 parade.
Stories aren't enough these days. You actually have to have cell phones to prove to stay where you are.
If you don't have a photo, did it happen?
Exactly.
I guess that's what we're asking.
Exactly.
Gotta love all the services. We've got the fire department here, ambulance right behind them. All part of the parade.
So if you see actually that building onto the right of your screen with the lattice work, that was the old Chinese Freemasons building, and it has been rumored that the father of modern China, Dr. Sun Yat-sen himself, had stayed there at one point when he was overseas trying to raise money.
We have an interview with Samantha Sito. Sam?
Thanks so much, Bianca. I'm right now joined by John McCurney, the Vancouver Fire Department Chief. Hello.
Hello. What a sunny day we have right now.
I know, it's so sunny, but people say that rain is good fortune.
That's true. That's true. And look at the turnout. It's a wonderful turnout. So important to our community here, and we look forward to this every year. Just a year of success is coming.
Why do you think it's important to be part of something like this?
Well, again, the fire department, the police department, the ambulance, we are first responders. We are here in the service of all communities, but our Chinese community here, our Asian community is rich. It's important to that all the citizens here realize that we're here to help them. We need to show our face and be available to them whenever they need it.
Great stuff, and I see that you're also giving some stuff away to the crowd.
Yes, we're giving some mementos, some stickers, different things, and all targeted for the young people to consider, helping their neighbors, consider maybe a service in the fire service or police service. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, you go catch up to your float. Thank you so much. Gong hei fa choi. Back to you.
Thank you, Samantha. And yes, Kevin, before you go back to that building, it's kind of nice with the parade. You can kind of, if you're a kid, you get stickers or things handed out. Candy.
And money. And of course, the lucky lettuce, when the lion kicks up the lettuce and spreads its wealth to everybody. So be sure to get hit by one of these lettuce. And buy a lottery ticket and share it with me afterwards.
That's right. But the building you were saying, yes. The one over there.
Yeah, so that's the Chinese Freemasons,
side of the screen.
The old Chinese Freemasons building. And again, it was rumored that Dr. Sun Yat-sen himself stayed here during his revolutionary times and looking for funding and stuff. And Modernized Tailor is now a tenant there. They moved from their little shop, of course, as one of Vancouver's oldest tailors and suit makers.
Yeah, there you see the building. It's beautiful.
Yeah. they revitalized it recently. You see the old Peking chop suey house.
Okay, Kevin.
Oh,
now,
here.
Stop me if I know this. This is dragon. This is not lion.
This is a dragon, and it's very special to see it out today. I believe it's like an 8-man dragon by Hansing Athletic Association, founded in 1939 to help with fundraising efforts to help China fight against the Japanese. And they teach music, lion dancing, dragon dancing. And even drama. They even had a volleyball team at one time back in the 60s. And if you notice, Bianca, that the dragon is actually chasing this little ball around, and it's really following around. It's got a pearl in its mouth, and it's now going through the rituals of blessing us for this Chinese New Year's.
And so I think I count to 9 people, so some real coordination skills needed for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't get yourself tangled up. Hansing Athletic Association is a sister club of the Wong's Benevolent Association, and the Wong's Benevolent Association is the largest fraternal club in all of Canada. There's a lot of Wongs in Canada, and so this is where their youngsters and their kids would go to Hansing for a more of a recreational part of their growing up in Chinatown.
Wow. And look at that.
Yep.
I love it. The detail work on that dragon, incredible.
I can't imagine how heavy that is at this particular point. And behind it, it's the red lion. And the red lion is actually modeled after a person in the Three Kingdoms period known as General Quan. And you often see pictures of him, people, well, look, they've got the pyramid going on. I can't believe they're doing this in the rain. Be careful, guys. Whoa. Amazing. This is Hansing Athletic Association on Pender Street. They got this dragon flower contraption thing going on. Amazing.
Love your the terms, but that was incredible. It's always nice to get to our camera perspective, sort of looking down at it. You can sort of see what it takes to do that.
A lot of core strength.
That's right. Yes, getting a workout this morning. And this is also something where you have a drum.
Yep. So it marches to the beat of the lion drum as well too. It typically has its own beat, but because there's both lion and dragon, they kind of just march to one beat. Wow, this is pretty neat stuff. Not a lot of clubs have dragons, it's because you need a lot of members to coordinate this with instead of just the 2. So it's a treat to always see lions, and because of the way that Chinatown is these days, there aren't enough kids that come back here to participate.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's something, if anyone out there is watching with kids, that's something I think they would really enjoy, and maybe they don't even know it's out there.
Yeah, Hansing Athletic Association, they teach martial arts once a week. Definitely check it out and learn about lion dancing and Chinese history and Chinese Canadian culture itself.
I love the dragon. It's very cool to watch it. And then we've got
the drum crew for Hansing Athletic Association as well.
That's right.
They've got different symbols. There's the head of the line dancing department at Hansing Athletic Association. He's an official mayor of Chinatown, I would like to say. He's Danny Kwan himself.
Nice. Well, Samantha Sito has another interview for us. Take it away, Samantha. Oh, we may not have audio on that one, so we'll come back to Samantha.
Danny in a second.
Right.
And Danny has been really active in Chinatown. He's trying to revitalize it with different different festivities and things like that to bring back a new generation of Chinese to help revitalize what we lost in the past 20 years.
Interesting. And so for you, you say, you were born here, but much of your childhood was spent sort of doing the lion dancing and things like that. So what would you say to people 10, 15 years younger about what's a good way to get started and get going and learn about that Chinese culture?
Well, a good way to get started is to stretch. And then you have to find your organization. So if you're a Li, there's a Li's association, and you can give them a call or knock on the door and say, "Hey, I'm a Li." They'll welcome you with open arms.
Before speaking of knocking on doors, we've got Samantha standing by now. Audio is working. Samantha, take it away.
Audio is working. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm with Danny Kwan. What do you want to introduce yourself, Danny?
I'm the Chief Line Dance Director for the Hansing Athletic Club of Vancouver.
Amazing. Can you elaborate on more of what your club does?
For over 80 years, our club has done charitable activities within the Chinese community and also to upkeep and preserve Chinese culture and heritage among Chinese Canadian youth.
So let's talk about what we see behind us here. We see a lion dance and we see a dragon dance.
That's right. The lion, which represents man on earth, is operated by two players behind us. And the dragon, which is descended from heaven, is operated by 10 people and a pearl. And it's a higher being in Chinese mythology than the Chinese lion.
Wow, good tip of information right there for all our viewers watching. Thank you so much, Gong Hei Fa Choi. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Samantha. So, Chinese mythical creature.
Yeah, very mythical. It's scary away evil spirits and brings in good luck. So you would have one every day. Well, not every day, but during celebrations, absolutely. And they got to catch up with the parade now. But they're on full speed. Chulin Society. They provide a lot of. They also do lion dancing. There's a youth martial arts club as well. They teach Choi Lei Fai, which is the long form southern martial arts. And there's a building, Chulin Society building, where they actually house a lot of the senior Chinese citizens and provide social services for them.
And they've all. Can you sort of explain the significance of all the flags?
The flags, some of them are called war banners. It really states, the club. It really states who they are and what they do, and it's a way to represent the whole organization.
You can see now our Shaw TV truck there. Shaw, of course, is a company very proud to support Chinese New Year, the parade, and of course, as the screen points out there, it is the year of the rooster.
The fire rooster, some might say.
And they're handing out mandarin oranges.
See, oranges is good. Mandarin oranges is like gut, and like gut means, like in Chinese, it means prosperity.
So they're handing out little symbols of prosperity.
Yeah. See, in the Chinese culture, we tend to like things that sound like positive things. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to, say, something like food or something like that, they want to eat foods that sound positive. So hoping that if you eat these food, that you'll become these positive things. So, and mandarin oranges is one of them, as well as seed, as we learned from Stephanie earlier.
Right. Do you know what's the word for mandarin orange?
It's gut.
Ah,
or
okay.
Gum. Gum. Gum means like gold. So you're giving gold to people when you're giving mandarin oranges.
Hey, that guy's wearing my toque. That's the Shaw team there. You can see moving their way through the crowd.
Shaw Go Wi-Fi here is pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. We're both on it right now. And you can see everyone's, I think, looking for one of those oranges because you can see the people coming through around the truck. And
the Chinatown Parade is one of Vancouver's oldest parade. It's put on by the Chinese Benevolent Association. Now, the Chinese Benevolent Association is the umbrella organization to a lot of the different organizations and associations in Chinatown. So if there's anything that's like an anti-Chinese legislation, all the groups come together and have a meeting up at the Chinese Benevolent Association.
All right, got a little mascot here. Oh, and the next group is queuing up. Now, am I saying it right, Kevin? The Chulin
Society, yes. And I believe this is made up of different last names for the society. And
now, this group was founded in 1987, so they've been around for a while.
Yeah, over 10 years. There's 2,000 members, and aged between 18 to 85. That's a pretty big spread.
I know, and that's what I was saying. Again, I love this sort of the multi-generational societies and activities, and sort of bringing everyone together.
And Quzhou is an area in China, and so a lot of these members are from this particular area or have descendants from this area, and they're showing their solidarity to the people in the homeland. Yeah.
And of course, wearing red, as we're seeing
red
a lot of people
very
doing.
Lucky. I've got my red pocket square here and my royal blue dragon outfit.
That's right. Yeah, you've got the dragon, so that's represented.
This is still a pretty good turnout, considering that it's a little bit rainy, but it doesn't stop anybody. I think it's good celebration out here today in Pender and Carroll, where we're sitting underneath a little comfortable tent?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well, and you can see they're handing out stickers to the kids, well, to anyone really. I like it. It really feels like a holiday that is about giving.
Absolutely. Giving and a little bit of receiving,
Little bit.
especially for kids. Then you can have like a lot of lycees and lucky money. Did you know that traditionally you would give lucky money in red envelopes? But now, because of technology, you can actually give money digitally. There's an app called WeChat, and it's very popular. It's kind of like MSN. You have WhatsApp, all rolled into one, and Facebook and Twitter all rolled into one. And there's this one little button that says, "Give a red envelope."
No way. And you can digitally send the envelope with money?
Yeah, well, through electronically, and then so you can deposit it into your electronic pocket. That's how.
Well,
that's
a
how
sign of the
advanced it is.
times, right? Everything in the modern era. A little bit of a twist. Okay, that's interesting.
So, another red sequin lion here, drum covered up in plastic, and this is a very, very neat group here. With a dragon of their own, everybody's all wet. Is that Kentucky Fried Chicken or Church's?
I think it's Church's, yeah. And mascot better watch out because we've got another lion coming through. Oh, two of them.
Yep, so they're doing a switch off here because it does get kind of heavy.
Yes,
you got to lift this overhead, and actually the lion head is about, I would say, 7-8 pounds, depending what kind it is. There's lighter ones, there's different style ones, and actually different regions in China actually have different style of lions. If you actually go to Beijing, the northern part of China, they have the Peking lion. It's very fluffy, it's very friendly, it's gold, it dances on balls, whereas the southern China lions like this, it's very acrobatic and very masculine. The northern ones are very pretty.
Well, there's such a change, in everything if you go to a different village or region, even language.
Absolutely. And it's interesting that you say that because Vancouver has 3 different generations of Chinese Canadians, first being the ones from the villages that came in the late 1800s and early 1900s. They came overseas to look for a better life, to make money here and send money back home. And they were...
I'm going to stop you right there because we've got Samantha Cito with a quick interview for us. Samantha?
So much, Bianca. I'm now with Emily. Emily, can you tell me more about your costume?
I'm a horse. Yeah.
What?
Sorry? It's for Chinese New Year. Yeah.
Does it symbolize anything in particular?
I'm not sure because I'm not really Chinese. I'm just volunteering.
But it's great that you're volunteering and coming out during the Vancouver parade, right? All right, so I'm going to let you get back to your float.
Thank you so much, Samantha. Okay, Kevin, 3 generations.
So 3 generations of Chinese in Canada. First were the ones from the villages, and they're uneducated, working labor jobs and whatnot. And these are the Chinese Canadians that built the Chinatowns all around the world, and they can come from either Huiping, Toisan, or Sunway, which is kind of, they're known as their lower mainland of that particular area, and they actually have their own dialect of Chinese. I grew up in the early 80s, and my parents spoke Cantonese, and my parents are from Hong Kong. So growing up here, and my parents would be talking to a lot of these older generations, they'd be talking a dialect I just couldn't understand. Now, fast forward to 2017, we have a new generation, a new demographic of Chinese, and now they're from mainland China, and they speak Mandarin.
Right.
So you have village Cantonese, and you have Hong Kong Cantonese, and now people are speaking Mandarin.
So that's why this parade is very important too, because it's bringing everyone together.
Absolutely, it's bringing everybody together, and especially the newcomers. They can sort of find out what the early Chinese pioneers did and how they lived prior to them arriving.
And we see Cathay Pacific Airways now walking by. They've been flying between Vancouver and Hong Kong since 1983. 14 years in the parade, and they are troopers as well. The rain is not letting up, but everyone seems genuinely pleased to be in the parade and enjoying themselves. Looks like we've got happy faces. Look at it.
Not one grumpy face.
I love
and
Vancouver.
It's raining. It's awesome.
Yeah. How could you be grumpy? We got a great presentation coming up
Oh,
as we get that
dragon.
close-up. Another dragon. And everyone, not only are they wearing their rain gear, Kevin, it's their waterproof red rain gear.
I don't know if it's waterproof. I think you're just toughing it out. I don't think they have Gore-Tex in line costumes.
And you were saying about 10 people make up a team, a dragon team.
They have, in China, they don't do it here, what they call a fire dragon, where they're incense, different joysticks or make up the body of the dragon. So as you're going through the streets, the whole thing is literally on fire. There's lots of smoke. It might not be legal here in Vancouver, but it's quite the spectacle. If you're on YouTube, check out the fire dragon, and you'll see something like that. Super interesting.
Wow. This is quite a spectacle happening right now on Carroll and Pender Street. Got lots of people out. If you're at home, there's still time to get out, although I recommend you try Kiefer Street. The parade's been going on for a while now, and it never disappoints.
That's the Sentinel Secondary School Dragon Dance and Nunchucks Club. Interesting. I never had that club when I was in high school.
I don't know that club. So these are teenagers. Good for them.
Okay. There we go. That's the bow. They're bowing to the crowd.
Ah.
And very interested in that red lollipop.
And so they're going for the whole parade, though, or do they have people to take over?
I don't think they have any subs, so they're going to muscle this out.
Nice.
Centennial Secondary School, Dragon Dance and Nunchucks Club. That's great. I was part of the AV club in elementary school. That is exciting.
No. Which part of Vancouver is your elementary
East
school?
Vancouver.
Ah, very
I went
nice.
to Waverly.
Shout out.
Yeah, Waverly Elementary.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the universities getting in on the festivities. I know UBC does a lot for Chinese New Year. There's always lots going on there for the students.
Is there like a German New Year's? Or is it just rolled into like a...
Kevin is pointing out to my German immigrant status. No, yeah. We don't. We're pretty... everyone knows Oktoberfest. That's pretty much... Well, we have a couple more traditions like that. But no, New Year's is sort of the same as what we know here from the Canadians.
The Toy-San Benevolent Association was founded in 1897 and maybe one of Vancouver's oldest societies. And Toy-San is a county in China. And actually, the Toy-San dialect was the reigning dialect here in Vancouver and all over Canada, including San Francisco, for many years prior to 1970s, before the Hong Kong Chinese came. And if you couldn't speak Toy-San dialect of Cantonese, you couldn't find a job. A little tidbit for you.
Yeah.
Toy-San was huge. And actually, a lot of money was sent back from Canada and other places like Canada to Toy-San. And there's schools built, there's buildings, they really supported that entire region.
Wow.
It's extremely important.
And a great thing about this group is they've been part of the parade for the entire 44 years. And they've got 1,400 members across Metro Vancouver. And lots of smiles from this group as well.
And here's something a little different. I'll tell you that in Cantonese, we would say to eat dinner, sik fan.
Mm-hmm.
In Mandarin is 吃饭. In Toy-San is heck fan.
Oh,
so
man.
Trying to figure that out growing up, I was a mess.
That's a tough one. Yeah, well, it's Mandarin, Cantonese. It's tonal, right?
It's about tonal, yeah.
That makes it very challenging.
Yeah, some people say it's the difference between, say, Portuguese and Spanish, or maybe like Montreal French and Paris French. Yeah, different dialects. This Lee's Benevolent Association. I'm a Lee myself. I went to the Lees when I was younger. And they have a building which had a great, huge mural on the side of the building, which recently been covered up by a brand new development, unfortunately. But it's one of the largest organizations in Vancouver as well because of the Lee's.
Right, and
name.
the oldest, yeah. Kevin, you may not know this, but last year I was at the Hayek Festival parade doing about this sort of same job, and they were there as well. So it's nice to see them again in this parade. Got two lions now, red and gold. think this is the Vancouver Hen-Fu Culture Society.
Founded in the summer of 2010. It was a good year.
So very young.
6th year part of the parade and had over 700 members. Yeah. And this, I love this line. I love the red with the silver sequins. The red eyeliner.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, it looks like they're going to be doing a double leg here.
What's the double leg?
Oh, when one person jumps on top of the other, it kind of gives like this perching sort of look.
Right.
A lot of stomping. Drums. These are huge gongs.
Let's listen into this one.
Oh, look at her.
Mesmerized.
Mesmerized. What's going on? What is going on? But it's so colorful. So Lee's, actually my last name is spelled L-I, and Lee is also spelled L-E-E. And it depends actually how it's translated, but the Chinese is actually written the same.
Okay. It's written the same in the Chinese characters?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay.
And even all 3 different dialects, the village Chinese, the village Cantonese, and Mandarin, it's all the same writing. Have you heard of simplified Chinese before?
I have not.
Simplified Chinese is what the mainland Chinese people now write. People in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and outside of China, they write a traditional Chinese. And during the era of Mao, there was a lot of poverty in China, and there was illiteracy was really, really high. So Mao thought of an idea to make people more literate. So they simplified complicated Chinese characters so they can learn the characters faster. That's why there's now simplified Chinese, simplified written Chinese in China itself, and everything outside of China still maintains the traditional script, traditional writing.
Interesting, 'cause I still think it looks quite complicated, so that's very interesting to know that they've already kind of simplified it.
It gets complicated-er.
Yes.
It can be. But yeah, you can go for the simplified one if you're learning Chinese.
Wow. Yeah, and important to mention too that of course Lunar New Year is celebrated not just in China, but in Asia, because I think that they all were very rice-based economies, so it's very, lunar is about the crops, right? And you're kind of looking at the year that way as a farmer.
Yeah, it's the way the moon comes on the rotations and at different seasons, and so because China was so big at the time and it reached out to a lot of different areas, that the calendar was adapted to, say, Vietnamese as well as Japanese and other Asian countries within that region. Yeah.
So yeah, celebrated beyond China, of course, celebrated here in Metro Vancouver with the parade. And look, we've got everyone's helping. So we've got a little guy helping out. Oh, these guys are great.
The Sikh Riders of Canada.
They're a motorcycle club. You can see them in a lot of the parades. I love their community engagement. They come out, obviously rain or shine, and they represent. Yeah,
this is the good thing about Canada is we have a Chinese New Year's parade, but there's different ethnicities and different heritages that participate as well too. It's all inclusivity.
That's right. That's what this country's all about. I'm sure Justin would agree if he was
Justin
here.
tweeted and he agrees.
Samantha Sito has another interview for us. Samantha?
Hi, Bianca. Thanks so much. I'm now with the God of Fortune. Hello.
Yes, Gong Hei Fat Choi. Hello.
Gong Hei Fat Choi. And you're representing Van City, am I correct?
I am. Van City Credit Union.
How important is it for you to be part of the parade?
It's really important for us to be part of the parade. It's wonderful to celebrate the diversity in our community. Van City is a community-based financial institution, so we're here to support and represent members and community.
And you're giving away fortunes, aren't you?
We absolutely are. Today is a day of best wishes, good fortune for the year ahead.
Amazing. Gong Hei Fat Choi. Thanks so much. Enjoy the parade. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Back to you.
The God of Fortune. He's the man that literally makes it rain riches.
Okay, well, no wonder Samantha tracked her down.
The God of Fortune.
That's right. Okay, God of Fortune. Got it.
And we have the CBC here. Of course, it's our country's broadcaster.
That's right. And look at they've done. Is this a dragon out of balloons?
It's a dragon out of balloons. Very interesting.
I would imagine a bit lighter than the other ones we've seen.
Yeah. But this is actually very imaginative. I love that. And CBC, one of the brand new shows is Kim's Convenience. I love the fact that it's starting to finally reflect some of the community and the minorities in Canada with Kim's Convenience, and it's a good show.
What's that about, that show?
It's about Kim himself. He runs a convenience store, and he's got a lot of stories that come in and out of the store, and him living in this particular Canadian life. Yeah.
That seems very fitting.
And what is this? Hoi Ping Benevolent Association is what you're seeing on screen currently. Hoi Ping is another district in China, and it's very close to the one I was speaking about earlier, which was the Toisan Society, the Toisan Association. And they have a club on Main Street near Pender, up the street. They were founded in 1925.
Wow, so some serious history
for
this association.
They have more than 2,500 members.
Those gentlemen are looking sharp in their suits and red ties there. You can kind of see them.
And there's a couple of sisters at the Hoi Ping Benevolent Association leading to positive change and revitalization of Chinatown. And it's good to see the youth picking up on sort of what is lost throughout the years and trying to revitalize this particular area, because it's all very special for us.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to lose that.
No. Two more lions, a silver and a gold one.
Now I see a lot. I see younger gentlemen doing it. I see women doing it. So, can anyone learn?
Anybody can learn. Anybody can learn. You need to be a little bit more athletic. So
okay.
This will get you to be more athletic for sure. A lot of acrobats. So a lot of the line dancers actually have learned martial arts, kung fu at one point, because a lot of the steps, the stances, the movements comes from martial arts and kung fu.
It all works together.
Yes. And I think I've
never seen them do that.
Yeah, little tricks that the lions like to do. I think the hardest part about doing these lines in the rain is the shoes get all wet.
Mm-hmm. And they dare do that with a white lion. Although I have to say the streets are clean. It's been raining now solidly for a long time.
Oh, there's another god of fortune. He's making it rain in you know how Stephanie was talking about the ingots, those gold? That's the Chinese old school currency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are gold ingots.
And he's holding
He's holding it. Not sure if it's real, but
I'm gonna guess no. Everyone's watching with anticipation to see what's coming next. We've got another group queued up here.
And TD Canada Trust has a little kiosk to sign up for mortgages if you need to.
Oh, that's right.
And Maria Mimi Ho's foundation, the dancers, they were formed in 2011. Foundation, continue a legacy of Mimi Ho, the leader in the Chinese community.
Wow, they have 150 dancers in the parade. Oh, that's very cute.
They're
little roosters.
Little roosters.
Yeah, the girls are dancing. It looks like this is sort of the youngest troupe. So much energy.
So the history behind this, the Mimi Ho Foundation, in 1973, Strathcona Chinese Dance Company was founded by Mimi Ho to promote Chinese dance and culture to the world, and they've been dancing in North America, in Asia, and Europe as well. And for 37 years, Mimi herself dedicated and volunteered herself to teaching Chinese dance in the downtown east side community of Strathcona, in the heart of Chinatown.
Wonderful. And we've got our Samantha Cito now waiting with another interview.
Hi guys, thanks so much, Bianca. I'm now joined by Michael Chung, who is a federal MP, and he's also visiting from Toronto. Welcome to Vancouver.
Thank you very much for having me.
So we were talking earlier, and you said this is your first time at the Chinese New Year Parade, right?
That's right. I normally celebrate Chinese New Year in Toronto or in the GTA, but this year I'm in Vancouver, and it's great to be here.
I am glad that you're enjoying the rain. It's good fortune, some people say.
Absolutely. It's a great year of the rooster, and I'm looking forward to the next year.
Yes, it is the year of the rooster. Do you have any hopes for this year?
I hope that I win the Conservative leadership race and that we make a much bigger Conservative Party that includes Canadians from all races, religions, and creeds that's focused on creating jobs and prosperity.
Thank you so much. Gong hei fa choi.
Gong hei fa choi.
Back to you.
And gong hei fa choi, everybody. And I think it's a continuation of Maria Mimi Ho Foundation. There's different dances. There was the rooster and the chickens. They got different flags. Colorful skirts. China is a large united multinational state comprised of 56 ethnic groups. These girls dancing with colorful skirts represent the Yi nationality in China.
Yeah, let's listen in for a bit here.
And amongst them, there's also Mongolian chopsticks, fan dancers, and cymbals. But these are the cymbal girls. These children are dancing with cymbals. In Chinese superstition, loud sounds of cymbals and drums scare away evil spirits and brings in good fortune.
They look beautiful. I love the costumes they're wearing.
The Han Chinese, the largest ethnic group in China, these fan dancers are performing a popular Yange dance. Absolutely beautiful. Another dragon running up here for a little performance for us.
Keep spirits up to see those energetic dragons. Love the kids, love the dancers.
Well, that'd be a perfect dance right now, the parasols.
That is handy to have, yes. The rain continues to be down on us here at Carroll and Pender, but look at the crowd still taking photos. Everyone's, that's a good size umbrella right there.
You know, growing up Chinese, I've noticed that there's a lot of different kinds of Chinese dances. Like umbrella dance, there's cymbals dance, there's the lion dance. You have a lot of sorts of acrobatic dance, but there's not a Chinese dance where they dance with each other.
Oh, good point.
I've just noticed
yes,
that.
I have not.
You know, they're dancing for people, but they're not dancing with each other, like, you know, like
right.
a waltz or something like that.
Whereas in my background, a lot of polka in my German background, that is all exclusively couples. Oh, wow. Beautiful music.
Yeah, this is traditional Chinese New Year's music. We've got little dogs out as well, too.
And the dog looks protected.
This is a really large troop.
That's the thing about being in a parade. You always have to run and catch up. Looks like that's what these girls are up to here. And now we'll head back over into the rain to Samantha Sito.
Hey guys, thanks Bianca. I'm with this cutie little here. Can you tell me about your dance?
Well, it's an umbrella dance, and then we
Yeah. I think you look beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Happy New Year. I'm going to let you catch up.
It's okay now.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Samantha. You know, Kevin, I did Samantha's job last year, and I have to tell you, it's tough to be there because people love to chat with you, but they always have to stay with their float. Otherwise, they're doing a wind sprint to catch up. So
I've been part of this parade for many, many years, and I can tell you that the parade marshals do an extremely good job of keeping us on pace, and that is why.
And it's working because this parade is smooth. It's flowing, and there's always something to see. Got some more kids here. Someone's got their hood on there. Back over to Samantha Sito now. Samantha?
Thanks so much, Bianca. I'm with these two cuties here, Hannah and Vicky. What are you giving out?
I don't know.
Do you know what you're giving out? Okay, so we don't know what we're giving out, but thank you for these. What are you guys dressed as? Chicken?
红包，新年快乐，红包拿来。恭喜发财。
恭喜发财. Well, thanks so much. I'll let you guys catch up. Back to you.
Thanks, Samantha. That was ridiculously cute. I think they're dressed up as roosters. Just going to guess. And they're giving away lucky money, I think, as well.
It's the year of the rooster.
That's right. But a specific kind of rooster, right, Kevin?
Yeah, it's a fire rooster. I will find out more about it and tell everybody about what the fire rooster means for us all later on in the parade.
Okay, so exciting. You've got that to look forward to.
Sorry, we're going to have to switch it up.
And I love this is called Protecting What You're Wearing. I've got some clear ponchos by this next group. Now what do we have here?
The Chinese Freemasons.
Oh, you were mentioning their building.
So Chinese Freemasons used to be a secret society. Did you know that?
I did not.
Chinese Freemasons, although their Freemason symbol resembles the English Freemasons, but there's actually no connection.
Oh, okay. Interesting, because, yeah, of course, Freemasons you can find all over Canada, the U.S.
Yeah, and the first Chinese Freemasons building was actually established in Barkerville. And do you know why that is?
I do not.
Because the early Chinese pioneers went up to Barkerville for gold mining. So they established a Chinatown there.
Mm-hmm.
They established a Chinatown there and established the first Freemasons building. And the idea of the Chinese Freemasons came from San Francisco. So all the San Francisco gold miners finished with San Francisco, then came up to BC and into Barkerville.
Wow.
And with the Chinese Freemasons, the reason why they were secret is because they started during the Qing Dynasty. The Qing Dynasty were not considered Han Chinese, so they were an occupying regime. And then the secret society, which is the Chinese Freemasons, was established trying to overthrow that dynasty to bring back the Han Chinese Ming Dynasty. So any sort of revolutionary ideas and whatnot schemes, if they were ever found out by the Qing government, not only would they be killed, their entire family and lineage would be killed. So their anti-government activities had to be hidden underground. And of course, when they came over to North America, it wasn't like that. The Qing government couldn't do as they pleased. So they were a little bit more open. So the Chinese Freemasons actually provided a lot of social services to the early Chinese pioneers at the time because there wasn't any organization that did help the early Chinese pioneers.
Wow, very dramatic. Okay.
Very, very dramatic. And they had like secret handshakes. They had like secret teacup ceremonies. And just in case you're a spy, right? From the Qing government. So that is the Chinese Freemasons Society here in Vancouver, but now it's not so secretive. You can walk up to the door and say hi if you want to. They have a great lion dancing team as well, too.
And we'll head down now to see who Samantha Cito's got lined up next for an interview. Samantha?
So much, Bianca and Kevin. I'm joined by Devin right now, part of Wushu BC.
That's right. Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So tell me a little bit about Wushu BC. What is it about?
Well, it's a group of Kung Fu schools that all will come together. I'm actually with a particular school, and then we've all come together under the flag of Wushu BC to just celebrate the New Year.
And I noticed your lion head was a little bit different than what we usually see.
Well, our school just got it this year. They went to China for
It seems we have some firecrackers going on.
Yeah!
Yes! Woo! There you have it. There were some firecrackers going off. So it's, what's it for? To scare away some evil spirits and bring good luck, right?
Exactly. We need plenty of good luck.
Oh, yeah, we're getting good luck right now from the rain.
All over the place.
Thank you so much, Gong Si Fa Chai. See you. Bye. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Samantha. Wow, way to be right where the action is.
You know what? There's so much firecrackers and lion dancing going on. This is the place with the least amount of evil spirits by far. So
I'm feeling
if you're
very
looking
safe
for some good luck, come down to Chinatown. Perhaps say hi to us at Pender and Carol, maybe some hot chocolate. If not, enjoy some of the festivities. I know that some of the groups have already made their round around Chinatown, but now they're doing individual store lion dance to bless all the stores in Chinatown.
Wonderful. And we've got the Salvation Army coming through now. They, the roots are based in London, England. They started in 1865.
It's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, lots of. Well, Canada is a pretty young country, but stuff like that. It's got some serious years. They actually started their operations in Canada in 1882, so a little later than when they were first founded.
And even before Canada became an entire nation that included BC.
That's right, yeah. We're a very young province.
Very.
Who do we have coming through here now? I think it's Success. Ah, okay.
Success is an organization that helps immigrant services as well too. They actually took over a lot of the services a lot of these old buildings have provided into something that's more modernized in the 80s. I believe they started in the 70s and 80s, and today they are very multicultural. They help a lot of different ethnicities settle into Vancouver.
That's wonderful. It's always nice to have. As they go through, though, I can hear the sound of a marching band. That's the Naden Band of the Royal Canadian Navy. We're giving you guys some facts here. So this particular band, founded in 1945.
They've been part of the Chinese New Year's parade for 6 years, and there are 35 regular force musicians across Canada, and it's based in the Canadian Forces Base in Esquimalt in Victoria. They're comprised of 35 professional full-time musicians whose primary role within the Royal Canadian Navy is to support naval operations, ceremonial events, and generate public awareness.
Well, they sound great. Should we listen in?
Yeah.
Kevin, do you play an instrument?
I played the saxophone in high school. I played
So
the
did
alto
I.
sax.
Oh, I played the tenor.
Oh, that big one. I like the tenor. You know what? I wanted to play the alto and that smaller one because of Kenny G.
Oh, wow. That is a fun fact about you, Kevin. He's a pretty big deal. You know what? With the tenor, I will tell you, you made the right choice. The tenor, you're just playing the bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Exactly. So I've learned that the hard way. What do we have up next here? The Kong Chow Benevolent Association.
They were founded in 1925 and been part of the parade for 5 years. They have 849 members exactly. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about them? We've been talking about names and things like that. They have a total of 76 different last names in their membership list.
So what happens if you're not a Li or a Wong or a Chan, one of the more popular last names? If you fall under these really obscure names, then you will have to find a building, a society that is Guangzhou, like where you there's an amalgamation of different last names coming together, so you can have services as well.
Okay.
So you're not left out.
Speaking of a great service, the Special Olympics Vancouver just rolled through. You saw them on your screen. They do amazing things. They've got 4,300 registered athletes and 3,300 volunteers in 57 communities across BC. So they're an amazing organization.
Actually, I was just in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, for Olympic Games, the Paralympic Games.
Oh, the Olympic and the Paralympic. Yeah, there's so many different games, and those were recent.
It was an amazing time in Rio de Janeiro, and seeing some of these Olympians go through. I was stationed in rowing and canoeing, so seeing some of them really battle it out for the gold medals is just great.
Oh, incredible athletes! Now we've got another Dragon Dance team coming.
Okay, this is the Ma's Benevolent Association and Dragon Team. They were founded in 1918, almost 99 years.
Yeah,
99 years.
big
They've
year.
been part of Chinatown. And they've been part of the parade for 30 years. Their membership is 2,500 people large.
Not bad. And look at this car. Not ideal in the rain to have the top down. But this beautiful woman here, we can't have her in the car. She looks amazing. It's a nice big umbrella for the occasion. the Navy League
of Canada.
Cadets.
Canada.
Now these guys are aged 9 to 13. Again, the smiling faces. Gotta love it. But this is another great organization for kids. You know, you can play sports, you'll make new friends, you'll go on trips, and most of the activities are free, and the uniforms, Kevin, are provided.
I want a uniform like that.
I'm wondering how waterproof that is. Oh, it looks like they're handing out some information, some red envelopes.
And we have here is the Ing Shui-san Association, founded in 1914. They've been part of the parade for 4 years, and they have about 150 members. This is Yanping Benevolent Association, and Yanping again is another district in China, and they have a huge organization here in Chinatown.
Looks like they're pausing. Some photos are happening. Everyone's got their phones out, and I see she's holding some lucky money.
Selfie stick.
And that too.
Selfie tripod. That's professional.
That is serious business.
So the Chinese pioneers and the earlier Chinese, they're really proud of where they came from, the villages. And Yanping is one of these villages, as well as Toisan and Hoiping and Sunway that we saw earlier today.
Yeah, so many different organizations represented in this one parade. Now, we were going to talk about the Year of the Rooster earlier. It's Fire Rooster, and in case you didn't know, roosters are trustworthy and talented, but a little conceited, Kevin.
It's like my sister. She's born in the Year of the Rooster.
Hey, your parents are probably watching. Is she? Okay. Well, let's focus on the good things here, trustworthy and talented. Your lucky numbers, in case you're Year of the Rooster, 5, 7, and 8. What year are you?
I'm born in the Year of the Horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the monkey, so it was I was on last year. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is amazing.
More cadets.
Another lion, and followed by some cadets. They've got really interesting uniforms. So we've got the green element to their hat there.
It's called a beret.
Beret. Thank you, Kevin.
I was a Boy Scout.
Okay. And I get tired of the dragon. It's amazing.
So you're a monkey, right?
Correct.
Okay, let me try to find some monkey facts for you.
Wonderful. Look at the rain. We have to point it out because it makes it even more incredible that there are so many people here today, and that everyone, no one's pulled out of the parade. Well, we're all used to it here in Vancouver. But it's one of those days to get the umbrella out. And you know what? It's not too cold, so everyone visiting from Ontario, but it's a nice, pleasant surprise for them.
So what would you like to know about the monkey in the Year of the Rooster?
Oh, any advice for me this year that I should keep in mind?
Well, for your career, in the first half year, it's suggested that the monkey waits patiently for the opportunities. In the rest of the year, you will have chances and achieve much, much more with the support of others, especially for those who work in the media, entertainment, retail, fashion, and food industries.
Oh, that. I hope my boss is listening. That's great. So good year career-wise for me.
And I'm reading this from Sherman Tai. Sherman Tai is a fortune teller, as a local fortune teller. I've known him for many, many years, and there's fortunes available on his website, shermantai.com. And I'm going to just read a few of them out as we move along here. And just to finish off, if you are born in the Year of the Monkey, you are best to hang out with people who are born in the Year of the Dragon, Snake, or Rat.
Okay.
And your lucky numbers, Bianca, is 2, 5, 6, and 7.
Perfect. As we can see here, it looks like we're about to see a martial arts demonstration. Well, I hope so, at least. They look like they're getting in position.
Sun Hang Do. form of a style of karate, I believe.
Oh, there they are. Sun Hang Do martial arts. To the beat of the drum.
That's a front kick.
That is, those front kicks are impressive.
Anderson Silva uses them a lot in MMA.
Oh, okay.
Very effective.
So, is that fair to say those are probably black belts? Am I?
They're different color belts.
Different color, okay. And it looks like Samantha Sito has another interview for us. Samantha?
Thanks, Bianca. I'm now joined by Naomi from the Immigrant Services Association. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Yes, I am very much.
How important is it, do you think, for all of us to just come together regardless of our backgrounds to celebrate the Chinese New Year?
Oh, I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think it's part of being Canadian is that we participate in all these events. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. I'll let you catch back up to your float. Happy Chinese New Year.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Back to you.
And happy Chinese New Year's again. 恭喜发财,恭喜发财. Back at the 44th annual Chinatown Chinese New Year's parade here in Vancouver, we have a beautiful Lamborghini. It looks like a Murcielago. I know that because I produce ultra-rich Asian girls, and many of the girls do have this. These kind of vehicles.
So you know these kind. So what was that one?
It looks like Murcielago.
Oh, I've never heard of that car.
Yeah.
You must. So doing your show must be very interesting to sort of see how other people live. Let's say.
Yeah, it's a different demographic. You know, like when we go shopping at Zara, they go shopping at Holt Renfrew.
Right.
So
yes.
some of the bills could be about $10,000-$20,000 at the end of 1 hour. And, you know, mine could be like $100, but it's an excellent perspective for sure. And we are now creating Los Angeles version of Ultra Rich Asian Girls. After 3 seasons in Vancouver, we're going to LA. We're very, very excited about that. We just finished casting and looking for more shenanigans to come.
I love it, Kevin, because I've known you when you were working on the local media scene, let's say, producing, you were doing camera, and now you've created a show on your own. You're the creator, and it's growing. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's I guess the right timing. I guess the topic of these days, especially with the new demographic and housing market and whatnot. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That's Kevin KLI, Kevin_K_LI. My Instagram, you'll see a lot of behind the scenes stuff of Ultra Rich Asian Girls of LA and as well as the different cast members of Vancouver.
Yeah, no, congratulations on that. Nice to have you here today, too, to give us so much background on all of the different floats we're seeing. I feel like, I hope there's no quiz, but I feel like I've learned a lot about the culture of the Chinese New Year. We talked to Stephanie, of course, about the food. And these guys I love. These guys always have the Viking hats on. That's Burnaby North marching band. Vikings marching band, and I've seen them they're at so many parades because they're amazing. They were founded in 1998.
They were part of the parade for 10 years, for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And members.
Let's listen in.
Viking soldiers in this Vancouver rain. We're looking at about 6 degrees here in Vancouver, perhaps less. Feels like it's -3.
I would say it's a balmy 6 or 7 degrees. It's not too bad, not too windy for these guys, and the rain is letting up. But this marching band in particular, because you see them at so many parades, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually go down to the States, they're always prepared for any of the different elements. We've got the Chinese Cultural Center of Greater Vancouver coming up next. And I like their festive umbrellas, I've got to say.
That's very mushroomy.
I need one like that. Well, mushrooms, one of the foods that Stephanie brought by. for the new year.
If you guys are interested in knowing more about Chinatown, I've also produced a documentary called Brotherhoods, Clans, and Secret Societies of Vancouver's Chinatown. It's available online and on YouTube. And do a little search on Secret Societies of Vancouver's Chinatown. You'll learn more about who participates in these parades, what these buildings are up to, and the state of Chinatown today and moving forward.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. How long is it?
It is an hour long.
Okay.
It aired across Omni back in 2011, and now it's available online.
Awesome. Okay, this is the Carnival Band. This is a favorite of mine. Let's listen into them. They've got a great sound. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
And there's a baritone sax.
That's right. I never did marching band, so I didn't have to. Oh, and you've got the alto back
alto
there.
Sax. I did concert band actually. I went to Killarney. Had a really great band teacher, Mr. Knapp. I don't know if he's still teaching, but thank you. Learned a lot of alto sax.
Love a good teacher, right? It inspires and motivates you. And they're coming by us right now. You can really hear that great sound.
I just like the fact that everybody in such good spirits.
Yeah, this is what makes this parade so much fun. I mean, it's easy to be in good spirits at Canada Day Parade because it's July and it's wonderful weather.
I'm not sure people would be as happy if this was in Toronto, just because it doesn't rain as much there, and you're like, oh my God, it's raining, we're gonna melt.
You would need, yes, multiple layers in Toronto. Can you pronounce this one, Kevin?
Guangzhou Huadu. Benevolent Association of Canada. Guangzhou, of course, is Canton. Of course, that's where Cantonese comes from, the dialect of Cantonese, so it's a large organization. It was founded quite recently, February 13th of 2006, and this is their fourth year for the parade.
And they're all huddled together. There's about 50 members, and let's just say they're keeping dry, and they're about to get going.
Of course, we're here again in historical Chinatown in Vancouver, the largest Chinatown in all of Canada, and the third largest in North America.
So we...
New York and San Francisco is first.
Oh, those are the other two. Okay.
Yeah.
So we always have high expectations for this one.
Yeah.
Got to praise the security out there too, keeping things going, keeping the crowds in order, also dealing with the rain themselves.
And this is Yusan Society. Yusan Society, of course, was a line that our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau dotted in the beginning to start the parade. They are founded in 1937. They've been part of the parade for 45 years, and they have over 500 members. And Yusan, again, is another district in China, in the Guangdong province.
That's right. I recognize the dragon. And what was the name again of the character on the right there?
The Buddha?
Yeah.
The Happy Buddha.
Happy Buddha, that's it.
Or the Big-Headed Buddha.
Big-Headed Buddha.
In Cantonese, it's called Dai Tao Fan. In Mandarin, it's Dai Tao Fu. I think. Someone's going to make fun of me.
You can let Kevin know on Instagram if you got that right.
Yeah. And this line here has got the little jacket on. If you notice that he's got a little bit green and black, he's modeled after the one of the characters from the Three Kingdoms period.
Okay. It's a nice wide shot. Again, you can see crowds are looking good. That's that sort of epic shot of Chinatown here in Vancouver. And the drums even got rain cover now.
Yeah, it's really delicate. It's tanned pigskin, so if you get a little bit of water on it, it can really just absolutely destroy the drum. So what they do is just put a plastic over it. But even then, there's the parade drum, like when it rains, and then there's one for sunny days.
Ah, okay. Got another group coming up. Hard to tell sometimes with those rain covers. I believe this is the Scouts we have here. And next up, Chinese. It's the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden.
Again, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, he's known as the father of modern China, and we have the best Chinese classical garden here in Vancouver and all of Canada. And artisans were sent from China to help build the gardens, and with feng shui, with different materials such as bamboo and the rocks, and a lot of the rocks were actually shipped from overseas in China. So it's a one of a kind. Definitely, if you're in Chinatown, you must stop by the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Gardens.
It's a must. Now we saw it. Got some bagpipes coming up here. And a brave young woman.
Again, if it doesn't make you want to cry, it ain't the pipes.
Oh yeah, a little bit of amazing grace on the bagpipes. Makes you feel things.
No, Robert Bernstein's is actually very close to Chinese New Year's.
That's right. Yes.
So that's why there was Todd Wong. He does the Gong Haggis Fat Choi in years prior, where he celebrated Chinese New Year's and Bobby Burns Day all together with a large haggis and lion head.
And just the official name is Gung Haggis?
Gong Haggis Fat Choi.
I love that. Blending cultures. Why not? About to play for us. Let's listen in.
Of course, Celtic dancing.
I'm watching them carefully, and I don't think so. But again, it goes to our point. I mean, these people are also very fit to do the parade, to walk in the parade, and then to dance. This is very cool.
It's a river dance, right?
Yeah, I think this is the style. Yeah, that river dance sort of became famous for travel the world now. If Fiona Forbes was here, she could tell us more. I think she either grew up doing it or her niece does it.
I think she does it.
She may.
Yeah, I volunteered with Fiona way back in when I first started at Rogers.
That's right. Yeah, you're starting TV, I guess. Crowd's loving it.
Very nice. What's sort of like the traditional German dance?
I don't think I was kidding earlier when I said polka. We also, the gentlemen, when they're wearing their lederhosen, there is more of a male dance around that. Schuhplattler, where you hit the lederhosen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gosh, it's it's very hard to describe, but there's, elements of dance to that. Ooh, what do we have here? This is, I remember these guys from last year. They're really big with promoting women as pilots, helicopter pilots. Girlsfly2.ca.
Sky's no limit.
That's right. So all the young women out there looking for something, that's another great opportunity offered, I believe, in the Fraser Valley.
I think the most recently, an all-female pilot team has landed the first airplane in, I would say, Middle East somewhere. I don't exactly know where, so it was quite a big deal.
Incredible. Oh, look at this. This is great. This is what we need at this point. Energy. Looks like a dance team.
Oh, look at these seniors.
Very fit. And a very happy Canadian there.
That's the Millennium Gate. It was celebrating the year 2000, I believe it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There are two gates in Chinatown. There's one in front of the Chinese Cultural Center, and that's the Millennium Gate.
Again, we've got these colorful banners taking us through to the next group.
Of course, you see on the edge of your left-hand side of your screen is Jack Chow's Insurance. It's Guinness Book of Records of the most narrow building in the world. It's literally like about 6 feet wide. Yeah, if you just pan over to the left, Jack Chow recently went through some renovations there, but it still holds the Guinness Book of Record for the most narrow building.
narrow building.
And that's it. All you see is that little blue.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a little window up there, too. Good spot to watch the parade. Another good spot, of course, is street level. See everyone? Oh, even the babies are in on the fun. Nice to be in a warm car.
Canadian Red Cross. Don't forget to donate blood.
Nice to see them out. That group, again, long history, founded in 1896, and they've been in this parade for the past 4 years.
And I believe the number is 1-888 to donate.
Nice one, Kevin. It's not even in our paperwork anywhere. He just knows that. But yeah, nice to have an organization like that around. They are there, when people are at their most vulnerable in any kind of emergency and disaster situation. We've got the Canadian.
That was the Canadian Blood Services, by the way. 1-800 to donate.
Oh, okay.
Blood Services, not the Red Cross.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to clarify that.
Okay, thanks for that, Kevin. Look at this group of youngsters. I believe this is the Girl Guides of Canada. Once we get in a closer, I was correct. They're happily marching. They were founded in 1910, and they're proud to have nearly 3,300 girls and women participate in Girl Guide programs in Vancouver and neighboring cities. Several of their groups are all ages and are in the parade today. I was never a Girl Guide, unfortunately. I have some regrets about that.
Did you know that the girls across Canada sell over 5.5 million boxes of cookies each year to help fund their exciting leadership programs?
Okay, that's incredible.
5.5 million.
I do help out. I mean, I was never a Girl Guide, but I am always happy to buy a box of their cookies.
Only one? You can't just have one.
That's true. We have to get the chocolate and the vanilla. That's
exactly.
Right. Mix it up, get some coffee. Oh, here we go. Got the next group.
St. John's Ambulance. The St. John Ambulance was established in 1882. They've been part of the Chinese New Year's Parade for 15 years.
2,500 plus volunteers in BC and the Yukon. The Navy dive team.
Looks like last but not least is the HMCS Discovery.
I think they're coming up, or we might have a little extra float here we don't know about. I said, oh, this is cool.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, over to you.
The Zhongshan Secondary School.
Alumni Association.
Alumni Association. Oh, excellent. So that's a lot of fruit, of course, with different oranges and things like that. It's good for luck and fortune, especially when you're giving it as a gift for everybody.
That's nice to have that. That does not look. Looks like it took a couple hours at least to put together. Very cool.
So this is the 44th annual Chinese New Year's Parade here in Vancouver's Chinatown. A lot of rain today, but we are happy to see a huge outcome and a huge population coming out to support the Chinese New Year's Parade.
Yeah, we saw dignitaries. We saw the Prime Minister in the parade. I learned a lot about those lion dancers, dragon dancers as well. That seems to be the parade for today, but we do want to throw it over to Samantha Sito for some final comments.
Thanks so much, Bianca and Kevin. You know what? This is actually my first time at a Chinese New Year parade here in Vancouver, and I've had such a good time. Despite the rain, I think it actually made people more excited. I managed to speak to some of the participants, managed to speak to some of the spectators, and it's been so much fun. I hope you guys have had as much fun as I did. I've been listening to the broadcast the entire time. So much great information, but it's been a great time. Happy New Year. Gong hei fa choi.
Thank you so much, Samantha. Thank you for being down a street level, braving the rain, and getting us all those fantastic interviews.
And if you can't come down for the parade today, just because it's nearing its end here, come down to Chinatown, support the community and the local shops here. One of my favorite restaurants here is Bao Bei with their beef tartare. One of my favorite bars is the Kiefer Bar. And of course, Kisatonto, which is on Pender Street, is voted Vancouver's best new restaurant. And Oyster Express, they have a fantastic a bakashak or happy hour time. There's a lot of different restaurants and little bars and little shops. Come down and support the community because Chinatown really needs that help these days.
That's right, and I think anytime's a good time to come down, but right now for Chinese New Year, there's such a great atmosphere. The area has just come alive. I want to thank you, Kevin. Couldn't have done it without you. All of your knowledge, your stories. Thank you.
My pleasure. And don't forget to check out Ultra Rich Asian Girls. And if you're not into that, please check out my other documentary, Brotherhoods, Clans, and Secret Societies of Vancouver Chinatown. And add me on Instagram, Kevin, KEVIN_K_LI.
That's right. It's something for everyone with Kevin. We also want to say a big thank you to our crew. They were up early setting up here. Thank you to our producer, Tim Chung, for setting us up for today. And thank you so much for watching. That's it from the 44th Annual Chinatown Spring Festival Parade.
恭喜發財，
恭喜發財。
再見。